Hi, first grade. How are you today? All right. Today we're going to be talking about identifying ways humans have changed the environment, which is such a loaded big thing because we know that humans have changed our environment so much. Because if they wouldn't have, we wouldn't all be sitting here in our homes at a table or on the couch or wherever you are doing your work right now. All of those things are here because humans have changed our environment. I have a pretty interesting video for you to watch today. So when you're done watching me here, you'll click on this YouTube video and watch someone else teach you about how our humans have changed our environment, specifically in New York City, which is one of the largest cities in the world. So it has a really cool video of what it would look like maybe if all those big tall buildings weren't there. So here on our document, I have some pictures of just some ways that we know that humans have changed our environment in some ways that we might see pretty often, except for this one here in the middle. You guys might not see this pretty often. So the first picture we have is just of a house. I could have put a picture of an apartment building, anything like that. Obviously, humans need shelter. So we have changed our environment in the sense of we all need somewhere to live and somewhere to stay safe and somewhere to be out of the environment and the temperature being cold or hot and raining and tornadoing and whatever it may be outside. So we have changed our environment in the sense of we have somewhere to live. So there are millions of homes here in Kansas City. There are thousands of apartments here in Kansas City. Also, we have a place to live. So we have changed our environment because we needed somewhere to be. This picture right here, let's see if I can make it bigger for right now. Haha, I did. So this right here, this big, tall concrete thing holding back all this water is called a dam. And a dam we use as a resource to be able to get energy. So as water runs through it, it creates energy. It also is a way that we have kept water back to be able to build cities and towns, all sorts of things on the other side of it. This is also how we've created many lakes and rivers and ponds, because if we hold the water up on one side, then the other side of it's going to fill all the way up. So if this dam was not here, all of this water would be flowing normally from here to all the way to the other side as well. So this is another way that humans have pretty drastically altered our environment or changed our environment. This one right here, it's actually a picture of a school. It might not look like many of the schools that we go to here in Kansas City, but it was the one I found, and I thought it was a pretty good example because obviously we all go to school and all over the country. So we've altered the environment in a sense of we've built buildings that humans need every single day. We've had to build parking lots and put in lights and things like that, and that's a way that our humans have altered the environment that we live in. But the good thing is that just like in front of the house or in front of the school, is we still like things to look nice. So outside of your school here in Kansas City, I know outside the school I work at, there's big trees, there's really pretty flowers that bloom in the spring. So thankfully, after humans build things, we often come back in with bushes and trees and flowers to make it look nice. So we're kind of giving back those plants that maybe we had taken away when we built the building. Okay. All right, our next picture here is a picture of a bunch of different logs all stacked up when we have to build homes or buildings, or even when we farm, we have to clear out space to have land. So that often means cutting down a lot of trees. When we cut down trees, thankfully we use the wood. They use it for making paper. They use it to build homes. They use wood for mulching. Some people use mulch in their garden. So thankfully the wood does get used. It's just that we are clearing out lots of trees, which we know that a lot of animals and bugs and things like that live in trees. So it's changing the environment in the sense of we're having to relocate a lot of animals and plants that were originally living there first. All right. And then another one that we definitely see all the time are just our roads. all over the world, we have created large, big roads that are safe for us to drive on, that are smooth for us so our cars don't get broken every time we drive down the street. But in turn, as you can see in this picture, there are trees on either side, which means that if this road was not here, there'd probably be trees going all the way across. They wouldn't just stop in the middle for no reason. So that means that humans had to come in and clear out the trees. They had to get rid of all this grass and all these trees and bushes that were probably down all over where these roads are. So humans had to get rid of a lot to be able to build our roads. This is what you're going to do for your activity today, and I cannot wait to see your pictures. You're going to pick something that you see often that was made by humans. So that could be a house across the street. It could be the school that you go to. It could be the grocery store. It could be the Dollar General or the CVS that you go to, whatever that you see quite a bit. Now I want you to imagine that it's not there. So what would that area look like? Are there trees on either side of it that building had to cut down more trees? What would be growing or living there? I want you to draw a picture of what that space might look like if that building or that man-made object was no longer there. And then you're going to describe your picture using a sentence. So if I was doing this, I would probably pick just the house right across the street from me, just because it's what I see all the time. I see it every day when I get up, when I walk my dog. So what would that look like if I looked out my window and that house wasn't there? How many trees would be there? Plants, flowers? Would there be deer or foxes living in that space? So think about the animals and the plants that you might see if that item wasn't there. And I'm really excited. I think a lot about a lot of our schools that take up a lot of space that might be built next to parks or it might be built next to really big roadways. So what would that look like if those buildings weren't there? So good luck today, first grade. And remember that humans have changed a lot of our environment, and it's important that we keep that in mind to make sure we are still taking care of the environment that we have left. Have a good day.